The desert was quiet in the way only movie deserts ever were, the kind of silence that felt staged even when no cameras were rolling. Jack Elam sat on a folding chair just outside the edge of the set, boots dusty, hat tipped low, one eye fixed on the horizon and the other doing what it always did, wandering, searching, never quite settling. Across the sand, laughing too loudly with a grip and a young actor, was the one man Jack wished would disappear from his life forever. "Still can't stand him, Jack?" the assistant director asked, lighting a cigarette. Jack didn't answer right away. His jaw tightened. "Haven't stood him a day since I met him." The man across the set was Cole Barrett, a golden boy, leading man who smiled like he'd never lost a fight and talked like he'd never doubted himself. Directors loved him, audiences adored him, and Jack Elam hated him with a patience that had been building for years. They'd met a decade earlier on a low-budget western that nobody remembered except Jack. Cole had been new, then, cocky and careless. During a rehearsal, he'd laughed about Jack's eye, not directly, not openly, but just loud enough for others to hear. "Makes him look crazy," Cole had joked. "Guess that's the point." Jack hadn't said a word. He never did, but something settled in his chest that day and never left. "Places," someone shouted. Jack stood, slipping into character with the ease of habit. On screen he was a hired gun, cruel and twitchy. Cole was the hero, clean-cut and untroubled. They faced each other beneath the fake sun. "You picked the wrong town," Cole said, reading his line. Jack stepped closer than scripted, his voice low and rough. "Funny thing is, I hear that a lot." The director hesitated but didn't cut. Something was working. Between takes, Cole clapped Jack on the shoulder. "You're intense today," he said. "Love it." Jack slowly removed Cole's hand. "Don't touch me." Cole laughed it off, but the smile faltered. Later, during lunch, Jack sat alone, eating beans from a tin. An old stuntman joined him, lowering himself with a grunt. "You know," the man said, "most folks think you hate playing villains." Jack snorted. "I don't hate villains. What do you hate?" Jack's eyes flicked toward Cole's trailer. "Men who think they're better than everyone else because the camera likes them." The stuntman nodded. That one, the final scene of the day called for Jack to be shot down in the street. He was supposed to fall hard, dramatic, done. As the cameras rolled, Cole drew, fired, and Jack spun, hitting the dirt with a force that made the crew wince. Dust filled his mouth. Pain shot through his shoulder. "Cut!" The director yelled. "Jack, you okay?" Jack lay still for a moment, then pushed himself up. "Do it again." "Jack, that was perfect." "Do it again," Jack said, staring straight at Cole. They reset. This time, Jack fell slower. His face twisted not just in pain, but in something raw and personal. When the scene ended, no one spoke. Even Cole looked shaken. As the sun dipped, the director approached Jack. "That was powerful. Where'd that come from?" Jack dusted himself off. "Practice." Cole finally cornered him near the trucks. "What's your problem with me?" he asked, irritation breaking through the charm. Jack looked at him fully now. "You ever notice how people stop listening when you talk about yourself?" Cole frowned. "I'm just doing my job." "So am I," Jack said. "Difference is, I know who I am when the camera's gone." Cole scoffed and walked away. Years later, long after the Western faded into late-night reruns, Jack would be asked in interviews if there was anyone he truly disliked in Hollywood. He always smiled, crooked and unreadable. "No," he'd say, "hate takes too much energy." But sometimes, when the lights were low and the desert wind came back to him, Jack Elam still saw Cole Barrett's smile and felt that old, familiar tightening in his chest. The kind you never admit to, even when the scene is long over.